Good afternoon, all our students. We're just waiting for a few more to join and then we'll begin. We're going to give it about 30 seconds. Hey, good afternoon to all our aspiring young engineers. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I am Swastika Mani, the Public Relations Officer for the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. I am based on the Howard College campus and will be seeing and meeting each and every one of you, hopefully, during your 4 years of study. This afternoon, you will be addressed by various speakers. We know that this isn't the most exciting information to have to receive and listen to, but it is imperative that you understand all of the info that is imparted here this afternoon and understand it in advance. I promise you it will make getting through your first year a lot easier. So even though there won't be any fireworks during these presentations, we ask you to indulge us for the next 100 minutes or so. Just a few things to make note of. We will have Bonga and Zama, as well as Dudu from the College Academic Services and Gerald Niker from Student Funding, who will be in the question and answer section. You can ask your questions there and they will try and assist and answer you in their section of expertise. Please note you can only ask questions in the question and answer section and not in the chat. Without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Professor Glenn Bright. Professor Glenn Bright is the Dean and Head of School of Engineering. Without further ado, Prof.
Great. Thanks very much, Swastika. Let me just share my screen here. Okay, Swastika, everything okay? You can see it?
Yeah, it's fine, Glenn.
All right. All right, so a very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to our new engineering students who are joining us for 2025. I don't know if I can agree with the last speaker. I think it's a very exciting time and the presentations are very informative. So there's no doubt that as young aspiring engineers, you're entering one of the most exciting worlds and careers that you could choose. We have rocket programs, we have propulsion programs, we have bridges and roads programs, we have all sorts of electronic and electrical and agricultural programs, which you will be learning about in the next 3, 4, 5 years. And it's a very exciting time. Yeah, and there's no doubt that engineers make the world go round. The car you drive in, the airplane you fly in, the rockets that we launch, the bridges that you cross, the factories that employ people. Behind all that is the design assembly by engineers. The only thing we may not do is we may not be in business because we'll leave that to the accountants, and the medical we'll leave to the doctors. But engineers certainly live an exciting life, an exciting career, and we're really happy to have you join us at UKZN. So just to go through a short summary and resume of where we are. My name, as I said, is Professor Glenn Bright, and I'm the Dean and Head of School of Engineering. You are viewing a presentation from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and we are the premier University of African Scholarship as part of our mission and vision statements. We're one of 6 engineering school faculties in South Africa. So when we say that, we are talking about accredited, and I'll say a few words about accreditation just now. We're in the top 500 universities in the world. There are a number of international world ranking systems, from the Shanghai to the WRU, which is World Ranking Systems, etc. And we consistently find ourselves around the 500 mark. This puts us in the top 2% in the world. And we are currently ranked in the top 5 universities in South Africa, normally holding a position between 2, 3, and 4 as the years go on. So how does our university look? Well, our university currently has 4 colleges. What's a college? A college is a silo which has schools in it. So we are in the College of Agricultural Engineering and Science. And of course, you can see the word engineering there. So in the College of Agricultural Engineering and Science, engineering occupies one school. There are 4 other schools as well, but we're interested in the one school of engineering. That makes up 5 schools. Now, in engineering, we have 8 undergrad programs. We have from civil to agricultural to electrical to electronic to computer to mechanical to chemical, and we also have land surveying. We will also be having another one joining us, an undergrad program, architecture, which will be later on in the year. The Engineering Access is a 5-year program. So the Engineering Access program is where you have your subjects not so congested like you do on the 4-year program. You still get the same degree. It's still the same program, but you take your total number of subjects and you average them out over 5 years. That's why it's called the Access. But most of you will be on the 4-year program. Some college facts. There are 45 areas of specialization in our college. As I said before, rockets, agricultural, electronics, propulsion, chemical, roads, mechatronics, robotics. So there are many areas of specialization in the college and the school. We had in 2022 over 10,000 students come in. And the total population of the university is around 45,000 students, between 45 and 50,000. We have an international reputation. We'll talk a bit about that in a few minutes. That's our accreditation. We have a high standard of bachelor's, master's, and doctoral levels. So those are the degrees that you do after your first degree, which is a Bachelor of Science of Engineering. We have an outstanding research output. We find ourselves in the top 2 or 3 universities in the country in terms of research output. We have excellent teaching and research support, and our graduates are highly employable, especially in engineering. We find that most of our graduates in final year are already employed or have bursaries or scholarships, and they go straight into employment without any problem. So, accreditation, what does it mean? Well, accreditation means that you have a professional body that audits and checks and makes sure that the degree that you are delivering is meeting a certain standard. We are accredited through the Washington Accord in the US, United States, and we have just been accredited last year. All our programs were accredited, all 7 engineering and all 3 in land surveying, which gives us 10 out of 10. So we have 10 internationally accredited degree programs in the School of Engineering. There's often a misunderstanding about accreditation. A university doesn't give accreditation. A university is a place of learning. The accreditation must be done by a professional body. So, for example, the medical school would have the medical council being their professional body. The accounting and the law societies will have their professional body. The professional body for engineering is called the Engineering Council of South Africa. So it's not the university that's accredited a program. It's a professional body which is legislated by the South African government. This body, which is legislated and its law, is the Engineering Council of South Africa. And all our degrees are accredited until the year 2028, for the next 5-year cycle. In 2024, we had over 2,000 students enter us, and we'll probably have the same amount now, or maybe a few more. I've spoken about the research output. We have very good international collaborations. Many of the staff are international, and they collaborate with colleagues in research groups, centers, and institutes around the world. We have good pass rates in engineering. Engineering is not an easy degree. I'm sure you understand you need to learn a lot. When you see an aeroplane fly by, it's quite amazing that it's in the sky. And what's even more amazing, in most cases, it's flying on its own. It's not possible for a human pilot to be able to fly these planes by themselves anymore. They need assistance from computers, electronics, robotics, mechatronics, etc. So these subjects are challenging, but we have good pass rates, and we have very good academic staff who are dedicated. These staff are staff that you can approach while you're going through your teaching and learning, while you're doing your research, And while you're doing any other activity in engineering, the staff are very approachable. So these are the programs I spoke about. We have 8 at the moment: agricultural, chemical, civil, computer, electrical, electronic, mechanical engineering, and land surveying. I'm sure if you look there, you can see which one you want to do or you've applied for. Now we've gone into a system from next year. We're going to have a common first year. So it doesn't affect you now. But a common first year means that if after 1 year you decide you want to change from, say, electronic engineering to chemical engineering, or from one of the engineerings to another, from next year that will be possible. It is still possible now, but it's a little bit more complex, and I won't go through that now. Let's just hope that you will get through as you go into your second year with a clean bill of health. So students are admitted into the program of study. We do have a limited number of spaces. Some of our degree programs are more popular than others. Chemical and mechanical at the moment are well oversubscribed, but the other programs as well are catching up: electrical, electronic, and computer, civil, and agricultural. As I said, transfers are rare. If you want to transfer from a degree outside engineering, which I don't think I would be speaking to anyone now because you guys should all be engineers, you need to have a pass rate of 65% or more as an average of all your models. But once you're into engineering now, you don't need to worry about that. So sometimes it's possible to transfer if a student wishes to change a degree. We also realize that the program is complex, it's challenging, and that's why you must make use of all the facilities that we have: academic officers, tutors, lecturers, teaching assistants, ad hoc lecturers to assist you. So degrees are structured to develop problem-solving skills. Engineers are put on this world to solve problems. When man wanted to go from A to B across the water, he built a ship. When he wanted to get there faster, he built an airplane. And he wanted to boil on land, he built vehicles. Engineers solve problems. And if you like solving problems, you're in the right place. You need to be strong in your basic sciences and your communication. Basic sciences being math, physics, and chemistry. Those are your basic sciences. And your communication is because, as an engineer, you need to communicate with everybody via reports, via oral, via presentations, conferences, and papers, etc. You get involved in design, modeling, project work, and critical thinking. And in your final year, you do have the opportunity to take electives like management, entrepreneurship, business, economics, and others. So we do encourage in your final year that you do that. But you're going to be in your first year now, so your subjects this year are prescribed. You cannot choose. And in fact, right up until end of third year, you cannot choose your subjects. You have to do the subjects that we give you. And these subjects are linked so that you achieve outcomes through the Engineering Council of South Africa, which you'll learn about once you get into your classes. So progression, we use something called the traffic light progression system. What that means is that as you're progressing from year to year, if you're doing well, you have a green status and you keep progressing through. If you're finding it a bit challenging and you're starting to drop subjects, you'll go into an orange. Orange means you're at risk and you're not passing all your subjects, so you need to take care, extra tuition, get help. And then, of course, red is problematic. If you're on red status, then you're in danger of exclusion. But once again, we're not at that now, but just be aware that we are on the traffic light robotic system where students get their progression assessed by a green, orange, and red, and the colors are obvious. So what support do we offer? Lectures during consultation times. So lectures are generally given from 7:45 in the morning, 7:45, right through till lunchtime. Sometimes lectures are in the afternoons, but generally use the afternoons for tutorial times and practicals. As engineering students, your days are full. You will work Monday to Friday, 7:45 in the morning, generally to maybe 3, 4, or 5. We'll do that 5 days a week for 26 weeks, or 13 weeks per semester. So engineers are busy. They don't have time for a very vibrant social life, and you need to be aware that you need to curtail those kind of activities because you want to become an engineer and you have a lot to do. Tutors can also assist out of normal time, so tutors can assist in the day, but even in the evenings, etc., tutors are often available if you make an appointment, etc. Supplementary instruction is available through tutors, so you can get a lecture re-looked at, or you can get some notes re-looked at, or you can ask questions. Academic officers, the ADOs, are there to assist with time management and study skills, and student counselors are there to assist with study skills and counseling, etc. So there are various systems in place to help you. Please use those, because we find that some students, once they're 3 or 4 months down the line, they suddenly decide they need help. You'll know pretty quickly when you need help. You'll get that feeling when you look at your first 1 or 2 tests and you're not passing. When you're in that position, you need to get help. Don't let it go for too long, because once you get to an examination and you don't get through that, then of course you're in a situation where the robot progression system will come in, and you will then have to then extend your studies by more years. So in conclusion, just from a high-level presentation, well done. You've got through your high school. Now welcome to the university, UKZN Engineering. You'll need to work hard for the next 4 years. I've explained that to you. I'm sure that you understand that, but the rewards are there. Engineers have very rewarding careers, not only in terms of young engineers, but through the middle life and into their retirement years, they have very good careers. The challenge is worthwhile, and welcome to the world of Marconi, Bugatti, Da Vinci, Elon Musk, and all these people, because these guys are all engineers who are changing the world. With that, I'm going to finish off. I'm going to hand over back to Swastika. Once again, as a dean and head of school, a very warm welcome to the School of Engineering, and I look forward to seeing you next week on campus, or the weeks after that as I move from discipline to discipline, meeting first years and new coming students. Thanks very much, Swastika.
Thank you for that, Prof. Bright. Before we continue, I just need to apologize that I didn't explain myself well. I meant to say that a lot of information is being shared this afternoon, and it is imperative that you listen to this information, as it will make your progression during the first year of study a lot easier. Just a reminder, please share all of your questions in the question and answer section and not in the chat section. Without further ado, we are going to move on to Professor Dilip Kumar Das, who is the academic leader of teaching and learning, and he's going to introduce you to the engineering degree and academic monitoring and go through progression rules. Prof. Das?
Thank you, Swastika. Can we able to see the screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and hearty welcome to our new students, and a very hearty congratulations to all of you. My name is Dilip Kumar Das. I'm the academic leader of teaching and learning of the School of Engineering. So I'll be dealing with the hardest part of your life, the teaching and learning. I'll be discussing about the rules and regulations. I'll discuss about the program structure. I'll discuss about examination process. Then I'll give a glimpse of about what you should know, how you can help yourselves, what you expect from us and what we expect from you. Then I will discuss a little bit about progression rules, which Professor Bright has already indicated. Then some key pointers to remember to navigate through this 4 years journey. All what I will be saying will help you or assist you to navigate easily or without much trouble during these 4 years. As Professor Bright has already indicated that you are engineers and you are privileged, but you have a responsibility, and the responsibility is to solve complex problems. Remember, you are not only solving problems, but you are solving complex problems. So your life starts with something called complexity. And to solve complex problems, you need to be competent. And competent in certain attributes, we call graduate attributes. And there are 11 graduate attributes which you have to, in which you have to demonstrate your competency. If you don't demonstrate your competency at the end of 4 years, in one of these 11 competencies, which was recommended by our Engineering Council of South Africa or International Engineering Alliance, which Professor Bright was talking about, the Washington Accord, then you are not going to get your degree. So the most important thing is not only pass your examination, not only do well in your modules or subjects, but also you have to demonstrate competency in 11 graduate attributes. Only when you demonstrate your competency in 11 graduate attributes, you will get your degree. For that, the whole disciplines, academic disciplines, your academic staff will assist you. You don't have to worry about that. We'll take you through that during this 4 years. Now, let us talk about a bit about engineering, which Professor Bright has already spoken about. It's a very critical profession, and you are contributing to the society much more than anybody. You will be responsible for millions of people's lives. So it's a very critical and responsible profession. As Professor Bright has already said, it's not easy. It's also not difficult, but as he says, it's not easy, but it's very rewarding. But you have to work hard to earn it. And coming from school to engineering is really difficult. The transition is difficult. So you have to be a bit careful and serious. But at the same time, you can enjoy your life socially as well as intellectually. This engineering will challenge you intellectually. It will challenge your cognitive abilities. Okay, coming to our programs, we offer at the school 4 clusters. We have 4 academic clusters. We don't have departments. We have clusters and programs or disciplines. So if you'll see, we have a cluster called Civil Engineering, Agricultural Engineering, and Surveying, which is one cluster. That means it has 3 programs. One is called Civil Engineering, BSc in Civil Engineering, BSc in Agricultural Engineering, and BSc Surveying. Then we have chemical engineering cluster, which have only one program called chemical engineering. Then we have called EECE cluster. It has 3 engineering programs called electrical engineering, electronics engineering, and computer engineering. Then we have mechanical engineering, which has mechanical engineering program. So we have 4 clusters and 8 programs. And as Professor Bright has already indicated, architecture program is going to join us very soon. So we'll have 9 programs. Our program structure is like this. If you see, we have 2 semesters per year. We have a semester system. So we have a semester 1 from January to June, and semester 2 is from July to December. Each semester is of 13 weeks of teaching and 3 weeks of exam. That is equal to 16 weeks of teaching and assessment. We have several credits, and for your degree, you have to complete 576 credits, for which you have to complete several modules, more than, I think, 50 modules. And usually each module having a credit of 8 or 6 credits. We don't have any other credits in between. Either it will be 8 credit module or 16 credit module. And you progress from first year to second year to third year, and third year to fourth year. As Professor Bright has already indicated, that you don't have a choice in the first year. You can't choose your modules in the first year, but you can choose your modules in the second year. From second year onwards, provided you have the prerequisites or you are allowed. Then we have the teaching occurs in different forms. For example, we have a coursework which might have a continuous assessment. Then we might have practicals, we have tutorials and tests, as well as examinations. And we have a contact classwork, which is called teaching and learning. So once you have contact classworks, and you have completed your practicals and tutorials and given the test, then you will be assessed for duly performed. That means you have performed every activities that has been assigned to you duly, then you will get a duly performed notification. And if you get that DP or duly performed, then you will be allowed to write main examination. Otherwise, you will not able to write examination. After you get your duly performed, you will allowed to write main examination. And if you fail in main examination and if you are eligible, then you can write supplementary examination. So this is our program structure. Now, our examination process, we call it a formal process. So first thing we have to check is our DP requirements. Each DP requirements are given in your handbook for each module. You know, there is a DP requirement for each module and which is given in your handbook. So you must check your handbook or a lecturer, check with your lecturer to find out what are the DP requirements. Because this is a must. If you don't meet the DP requirements, then you are not eligible to write your examination. So, for example, in case you miss your DP or do not meet your DP requirements, then you can appeal for DP refusal. But that DP appeal may only be overturned on technical grounds, not on the teaching or learning grounds. So you need to be very careful about the DP. Then once you write your examination and results are out, so before the results are out, the exam papers will be marked, moderated by moderators or external examiners as relevant. And then it will be ratified by one of the apex committees at the school level called exam board. So exam board will ratify your results and then it will give you term decisions based on that traffic light system, traffic light progression system. So either you will get a green status or you'll get a risk status or you'll get a probation status or you will be excluded with appeal or excluded without appeal or excluded for 7 years. So you need to be very careful about your term decisions. I will discuss about that a little later. Now, in case of any special examination, we have some special examinations for some special modules or special students who meets the criteria, and then you have to apply 5 days before the exam date. And if you are not happy with your marking, then you can also apply for remarking, but that should be within 10 days of your within 10 days of the official results, release of official results. Now let us talk about the rules. You need to follow the rules, and to follow the rules, you must follow the or read the green handbook that has been given to you. In everything about the rules, policies are given in the handbook, which is necessary for you. Now, I have already discussed about the DP requirements, but some of the DP requirements is that you should attend the classes for minimum of 80% of the classes, particularly 80% of the tutorials and practicals and field work. You must submit all your assignments and tests, and you should have a minimum of 40% in the class marks. If you don't have 40% in the class marks, then you cannot achieve the DP. Then after the examination, first examination or main examination, if you find your score is between 40 to 48%, the final score, then you can apply for supplementary examination or you will be given an opportunity to write supplementary examination. But if you get more than 75% in overall in a semester, then you will get Dean's commendation. To get a renewal for your scholarship, you should have a weighted average of minimum 80% over 2 semesters or over 1 year. If you get more than between 75 to 79% in a module in the degree, then you get a cum laude. If you get more than 80%, then you get a summa cum laude. So, but there will be no, if you do not have the supplementary examination, as well as you have completed your degree in in the minimum time of 8 semesters or 4 years. Then you can get cum laude or summa cum laude. Now, you must also go through your special exam rules, GR23, that is in your handbook. I am not reading them, but you must go through the special exam rules, GR23, remarking GR20, and viewing of scripts, GR20. Remember, these rules are applicable for those who are not doing well. So don't make yourself to bring it to a situation where you should be looking for these rules. I wish all of you pass in normal examinations so that you don't need these rules. But in case you need, so you must look into these rules and remember. Now, one of the most important thing is you should not cheat. Cheating is very serious. So we have a policy for cheating, plagiarism. Plagiarism means copying somebody's work, and use of artificial intelligence. Nowadays, you must be knowing ChatGPT, use of Gemini, and so on. They can facilitate you, but they are also harmful. So please don't copy. If you copy, then and if you are caught, then we have a process, prosecution process, proctorial process, and you will be prosecuted for that. But at the same time, even that can lead to expulsion and a criminal record. At the same time, so please don't copy at all. Then regarding artificial intelligence, we have a policy that supports use of artificial intelligence. We have a full policy, but you should use it ethically and responsibly. And you should also consult your discipline as well as module lecturers to what extent you can use, how you can use, and where you can use. If you do it blatantly and make mistakes or copy it directly from AI, then you're likely to be prosecuted. But we support the use of AI, but ethically and responsibly. So now, what you should know as students, as we have 16 to 20 lectures a week. We have a 5-day week, and every day we have at least 4 to 5 lectures. So 16 to 20 lectures a week, 3 to 4 3-hour practicals in addition to that. That means you will have practicals for 3 to 4 hours, 3 hours each for 3 to 4 occasions, or tutorials. And these practicals and tutorials occur usually in the afternoons. Remember, there are certain modules which do not have practicals, so we have tutorials in those. The first lecture starts at 7:45 a.m. in the morning, and practical ends at 5:15 p.m. in the afternoon. We don't have any teachers meeting or report cards. We have continuous assessment in many subjects, so you'll be continuously assessed. But in between, in general modules, you'll have tests, you will have practicals, you have assignments, then you have quizzes, and then you have a main examination and supplementary examination. And as I have told you previously, that you need to earn DP. Remember, I'm emphasizing DP. I will emphasize it repeatedly because this is one of the important aspects which students forget and end up not able to write the examination. Okay, in addition to that, you also need to take note of 2 important rules. Professor, I think Swastika or Professor Bright has already indicated that we provide you first year experience program. So that is a module we call first year experience, which you have to complete. It's a non-credit bearing module, but you have to complete in the first year itself. So if you don't complete first year experience in the first year, then you will not be allowed to continue your degree. So you will be expelled or excluded from the program. So please complete your first year experience. I think it is offered online, and you have to complete it online. So you must complete it within the first year, in the first semester or in the second semester. Then we have called BR11, that called completion of another module called critical social justice and citizenship. So you need to complete this module within the 4 years of your degree, or you can get an exemption provided you have that through your prior learning. If you have attended that or you have completed this module somewhere, for example in UNISA, then you will be exempted. If you do not get the exemption, then you have to complete this module within the 4 years of your degree program. And if you don't complete, you are not going to get your degree. So this is not limited to first year. You have to complete within the 4 years. Again, this is a non-credit bearing module. So how you can help yourself? As you know, this is hard work. You must think, and remember, engineers must think. So it's not only hard work, but also you think. So you must work consistently, effectively, and smartly. Then you have 72 credits in a semester. The normal load is 72 credits. If it is a combination of 8 and 16 credits, then we'll have 6 to 7 modules. And that does mean you have to work for 720 hours during this semester. So that does mean 60 hours per week if you take a 12-week semester, if you consider 3 weeks of examination. So we have to work 720 hours in 12 weeks, which is equal to 60 hours a week. So it's very, very hard work. If you have problems, then resolve it early. Meet your program coordinators, meet your advisors or counselors, or even academic leaders. But the first point of contact is your lecturer. You must talk to the lecturer if you have any academic or teaching or learning related problems. And if your problem is not solved, then you must talk to your program coordinator at the discipline, and then the academic leader at the discipline, or academic leader at teaching and learning and D, or the dean at the college level, school level. But you must follow the process. As Professor Wright was saying, that social life is important, but it's hard to do as engineering students. When other students are enjoying or will be enjoying, you will be working. But you can still enjoy it to moderation. But there is a very good social and cultural life that presented offered by the university. So you can also learn. You can also enjoy that. So this is the way you can help yourself. And what we expect from our students, we expect you must work hard, work consistently, and work ethically and responsibly. If you have a problem, seek help and meet us. We'll there to help you. We'll guide you. Nobody in the university says no. We always accept you, always encourage you to meet us, and we're always ready to help you. Never bunk a lecture or tutorial practical. Never miss the lecture. If you miss a lecture, that means you are missing very important part in that lecture. And it's very difficult to catch up because we go by scaffolding lecturing system. One leads to the other. So if you miss a lecture in one of the modules, one of the topics, then the next topic will be difficult for you. And if you miss a tutorial or practical, then you will not be able to do that again. So please don't do those things. And don't ever cheat in any way. If you have a problem, meet us. We'll try to resolve your issue. But don't ever cheat. Don't work responsibly. Remain enthusiastic, positive, as it is hard. Sometimes you'll get depressed, but be enthusiastic and be positive. And remain active in different activities that we offer. And whatever the university offers, embrace them in a positive way and use them. So what you can expect from us? We will provide quality education with high standards. As Professor was saying, that we have very high quality academics will be teaching you, who will be teaching you, having high standards of research and academic excellence. So you are ensured, or you are assured of quality education. we provide you a very nurturing environment where you are free to think and art as well as excel. We also provide an environment of professionalism, integrity, fairness. Then we have a very multicultural environment. We practice tolerance and respect for all, and we are also pride in ourselves, our students, and university. So you can expect professionalism from us, tolerance, respect for all of you. So this is all about the academic teaching and learning process, but at the same time, I will discuss about progression, which is very important. If you don't progress, as I told you, there are four conditions, four types of progression. One, either you are green, or you have a green status or a blue status. That means nothing is wrong. You are progressing well. So if you are acquiring your 72 credits in each semester, then you will have a green status and you are moving like a normal student. But you must have minimum of 48 credits. But if you are getting below 56 credits in a year and don't have the minimum requirement cumulatively and in the same semester, then you will be at a risk. So risk means you will be in trouble at some point of time. So if you are in risk, try to get back to normal or green and blue. Then you will go down to probation. That means you will be excluded with appeal, in which you have to make an appeal, and we may readmit you with a probation condition. And if you do well, then you will continue with probation or move to risk and then to green. But if you don't do well, then you will be excluded. So if you don't do well for 2 consecutive warnings, that means you don't get 48 credits in each semester, then your appeal will not be allowed and you will be excluded. So when you appeal, you only allowed once. So you are excluded once, then there is no appeal. We'll exclude you for 2 years. During these 2 years, you have to make academic study for 6 months at another university for an equivalent module, which we offer, and come back. Or you work for a relevant industry of your study and work for 6 months, then come back after 2 years. Then we may readmit you under conditions. So if you are not readmitted, then you are going back. You have to meet that requirement. Otherwise, you will not be readmitted. If you are readmitted, then you have to improve yourself to get to risk and green status. So, but in case you fail again and don't improve, then you will be excluded for 7 years. And perhaps that is the end of the road for the engineering degrees. But if you are not excluded, you don't have any risk and you complete your modules, get 576 credits in 8 semesters, then you get your degree. So in that degree, you can get a merit certificate, you get a cum laude or summa cum laude, or a simple pass. And for this, you can see we have a robot system here. So this is part of the robot system. This is not full. So please, it is there in your, it looks very complex, but not that. Please look at this in your green book or green handbook. And side by side, there is a table. So look at this table. For example, if I say the minimum load is 72 credits and 75% is 54 credits and minimum progression is 48. So if you get 72 credits, then you are green. But if you get less than, you are between 48 and 72, you may be at risk. But if it is 42 and 48 and less, then you may not be able to progress. So cumulatively, for example, in 2 semesters to have a progression, you have to have minimum of 96 credits and maximum 144 credits. But at the same time, to have a normal progression, you should have 108 credits. So this table, along with this particular chart, will allow you to know where you stand. So either you have a green status or an orange status, which is called REAS, or readmit on progression, or after that you are excluded. So please look at this and act accordingly and be careful about it. And this is non-forgiving. This particular system is non-forgiving. So if you make a mess, then you are really in a mess. Then let me tell you about how the students perform. I will give an example. For in one semester, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you are admitted, you have registered for 7 modules, and it has a combination of 16 and 8 credits modules, having 72 credits altogether. And the student gets 89, 80, 75, 96, 86, 88. All of them are above 75. So he gets certificate of merit. He gets 89 and 80, so he gets certificate of merit. He gets 96, but still he get a pass because somebody might, the certificate of merits are limited. So if you are not above others, then you may not be getting a certificate of merit. So here you get some certificate of merit and some passes, and overall WA means weighted average is 87%. So this student is get a dean's commendation and a green student or a blue student, which is excellent. Another student who did for the same modules and got 52, 37, 69, 26, 34, 33. So he got 52, he passed, and he failed, and another 69 he passed, so he got only 24 credits, and he failed in most of them. So he has got 24 credits, which is less than the minimum 48. So he will be at risk of progression. He may not be progressing. And he has a weighted average of 40%. So there is a huge difference between these two conditions. And accordingly, so one student is green and the other student may be failing progression. So you need to be careful about how you will be navigating yourself with these modules. Okay, so this is all about your progression. Now I will just tell you from my experience, I will just tell you where students really fail to get into trouble. So that's why I want to emphasize a few key points to remember. First thing is, as I was emphasizing, that acquaint yourself with rules and regulations given in the handbook. Never say that you have not read the handbook or you have not seen the handbook. You have the handbook means you need to know what is there inside. Then you must know your curriculum. That means what credits you will be taking, what modules you will be taking, you should know. What prerequisites you should have, what co-requisites you should have to take a module or to register a module, you should know. So you should know your curriculum, prerequisites and co-requisites. You can get assistance from your module coordinators as well as from your class or your lecturers. They are well acquainted with this and they will help. Then don't overlook first year experience module and social justice module. If you don't do these two modules, then you are not going to get your degree. Then elective modules like ECGLU, you must complete your ECGLU module, as well as workshop module and vacation modules. If you have not these or you don't have exemptions, then you are not going to get your degree. So then you are not going to, please know that. You should also know your DP, suspension, and exclusion rules. If you don't know this, then you will be in trouble. Then you must consult your lecturers, academic advisors, and program coordinators as a relevant skill who will advise on your curriculum. Some students come to me and saying that they have never met the academic advisors or program coordinators in their 4 years and they are in trouble. So please don't do that. Consult. They're ready to help. Every semester before registration, we have academic advising and counselors are there. They are there to help you. And seek help or advice before it's too late. So before anything goes wrong, please seek advice. There is nothing harm if you come to ask someone and say, please help me. And when you need help, please First thing is your first point of contact is your lecturer, class module lecturer. From there, you are going to go to the program coordinator of the discipline, and then you go to the academic leader of discipline, and then you have to come to this. This is at the discipline or cluster level or program level. Then if your program problem is not resolved, then you can come to the school. So you can meet me or the teaching learning academic leader at the school. Then you can go to the dean and head of the school. And if we cannot able to resolve your issues, then you can go to college dean of teaching and learning in that order. So just don't jump to the college dean of teaching or learning or dean of head of the school or the academic leader teaching and learning at the school without going to at the discipline level. So these are the things you must remember. And so this is all about from the teaching and learning side at the school level. At the same time, I'll just give a glimpse of what college office does. College office as a staff, the college office staff helps in academic administration and registration. Around 800 students for each admin officer, so they are overstressed. So be patient, nice, and polite to them. They look at your applications, they look at their orientation. This orientation program is done by them. They do registration. When you register, they approve your registrations. They look also at your DP appeals. They help, the degree completion certificates are given by them. If you want to withdraw from a module or withdraw from the program, then they assist you in that. They also are a part of the exam board, and they also does exclusions. So we don't do this do this at the school level. So the college office does. So this is all about from my side, from teaching and learning side. We are always there to help you. We never say no. If you want to meet us personally, we make an appointment. We'll also meet you, provided we have the convenient time. And I assure you that we give you a very, congenial teaching and learning, atmosphere, environment for you to excel. And I wish you the best. And once again, I welcome you to the school and the university. I wish you the best and good luck. Thank you. Thank you, Swastika.
Thank you so much for that, Prof. Das. We will promptly move on to the academic support structures presentation. Dr. Godfrey Marumure, who is the Principal Academic Development Officer, will now speak to you. There are quite a few questions on which gate to enter on Monday when you're coming to lectures. I would suggest gate 3 or gate 1. You can also enter through gate 8, but gate 3 and gate 1 would be the closest to the Shipston building. Gate 8 is the closest to the Unite building. So that's going to be the easiest for you to enter. There will also be mentors that will be set up outside the library, the main library, on main campus. They will be wearing UKZN t-shirts. You'll see a gazebo set up in the court area outside the library. The mentors are there to assist you to get to the lecture venues, to show you around if you're lost, and just to help you with general assistance you may need on Monday morning. They will be set up from 7:30 a.m. onwards. Please make use of this if you're not sure and you can't find your way around campus easily. Over to you, Godfrey.
Thank you, Swastika. Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations for being selected to be a student here at UKZN School of Engineering. I hope you are going to make the best out of it. I know many students wanted to join the School of Engineering, but some didn't manage to make it, and so on. So congratulations. And I hope you are going to enjoy your studies from undergrad, and some are going to proceed to postgrad, masters, and PhDs, and so on. Right. Although engineering is difficult, but with the right attitude, focus, and commitment, you will make it. just be confident in yourself. For you to be admitted, it means you made it at matric. That means you have the potential to succeed here in the School of Engineering and so on. So in the School of Engineering, we have academic support structures that support an academic support structure that support your studies. And the more you engage with this academic support structure, you can easily achieve your goal. You can easily get your degree within the stipulated time and so on. Within our academic support structure, we have the course lecturer, who is the first port of call. As from next week, you are going to meet your lecturers. And we also have the course coordinators. At times, the course lecturer is the course coordinator and so on. They work hand in hand. And they always live with you and so on. And within the department, we have a head of program, that is the academic leader of the academic leader, class academic leader. But still we have the program coordinator. All these people have been spoken about. As we have 7 programs, each program has a program coordinator. And as we have 4 clusters, each cluster is led by an academic leader and so on. And the academic leaders are responsible for the teaching and learning. So then we have the academic leader for the school, who is Prof. Das. We explained the progression rules, the degree structure, and so on. Right. These people, they are not only important in the teaching part, but also in providing curriculum advice. I've noticed that most students fail to complete their degrees because they wrongly choose their modules without consulting, and they end up adding 1 or 2 years to their degrees and so on. As you are aware by now that engineering is a structured degree. So it is always important to join the Teams meetings that we have for curriculum advice, where you meet a member of your department or your discipline, right? Then we have the dean and the head of the school. He has already introduced himself and has said a lot about the engineering degree. He is in charge of the running of the school, right? And we have academic support and advancement program, which is ASAP, and this is where I belong. I'm the principal ADO, and I have an ADO as well. Our main role is to monitor your performance. How are you doing? Just like what Prof. Das has said. When now looking at the progression rules, the robot system, the moment we realize that things are not moving in the right direction, we call you. But don't wait to be invited by us. In the next few weeks, I'll send you a link, a Bookcamp link, where you can book a session with us, and we can discuss and map the way forward on your studies and so on. Right? We monitor your performance. We run supplemental instruction, SI, individual academic advice, group academic advice, depending on the problems that we identify. We have writing workshops, and also we run workshops on time management, on the progression rules. As Prof. just gave you a skeleton of the progression rules, how it actually works. It's much more complicated, and it needs more interpretation or better interpretation. And this is what I'll be doing with you, with my colleague. We run workshops on the progression rules, so that you know where you are standing, and at the end of the semester, what will happen to you, and so on. Even after getting the term decisions at the end of the semester, you are free to consult us. So from here, where do I go? How do I go about it? How can I improve? That is our role. Then we also have writing tutors. That is the writing tutors who assist you in developing soft skills when writing your assignments, when writing your project reports, and so on. That is very, very important indeed. And as academic support, we always encourage you to have a look at your emails. This is where I've seen most students falling short. At least once a day, have a look at your email. from the orientation that you had on Monday and Tuesday, I think you were told how to set your student account email. Very soon, you will no longer be using your private emails, but you'll be using the student email. Make sure that you check at least once a day. Go through all the important emails, scan all the emails, read all the important emails, and respond to those emails. That is very, very important indeed, right? Then we have the student counseling department, which is known as the student support department. I cannot say much. They're going to do their presentation after my presentation right here. Then we have the campus clinic, very important, and other facilities. We have peers. These are very, very important. We say don't work alone, work with others. Engineering is all about collaborative learning. The peers, we can talk of formal and informal. Formal, when you are given assignments, group work, you don't choose your group members, but you are assigned that you belong to this group, and that is done randomly, and so on. So you need to work with everyone, learn to work with everyone, and you have to look for who is who are the members of my group, and what is it that we are supposed to do. And when you are assigned a task with your peers, please deliver. Do what is expected of you, and so on. It's unfortunate that I've noticed, especially in the first semester, some students not engaging with their groups and failing a module that does not have a final exam, but that only has assignments and group work, and so on. So I'm saying don't work alone, work with others, and so on. Then we have class representatives, class reps, a very important component within the school and within the college. Our college takes class reps very serious, and so on. In the next few days, you are going to select your class reps, and these always have regular meetings with the program coordinators. The program coordinators report the problems to the school teaching and learning, and the committee try to look for solutions, and so on, right? To whatever the class might be facing, right? So it is important, and even when selecting the class rep, make sure that you select someone who is responsible, who is dedicated, and who always attend lectures, tutorials, and so on, so that the person can actually take your problems forward and able to report back. Then we have the SRC. They are going to meet you as well, and they'll talk to you. They have a lot of activities that they conduct, right? That is on the academic support structure, and we expect you to engage with all these structures within the university. There is a channel of communication whenever there are problems and so on, because wherever there are people, there are problems, and we don't have to run away from that, right? So let's look at the student experience. For most of you, it's your first time to be staying alone. I know some may be coming from their homes, staying with their parents, guardians, and so on, but for some, you will be staying alone. That means more responsibility on yourself, right? You have to be responsible, you have to take responsibility, and there is no supervision. No homework is given. Tutorials that you are given, it is your responsibility to do the tutorials, and it's important to do the tutorials well in time, right? Very, very important. Never lag behind. You saw from Prof. Duck's presentation the number of hours that you are supposed to work. That is, we are talking of 72 credits. And when you talk of a credit, that is 10 notional hours. 10 notional hours, that is 1 credit. And when you talk of national hours, we are talking of the amount of time that you put in. It can be lectures, it can be tutorials, it can be practicals, it can be self-study. When you add all the hours and get to 10 hours, then you have 1 credit. So imagine where you have 72 credits, that means 720 working hours, which is a lot of time indeed, right? So that means you should actually have a working timetable. Very important, working timetable. you are going to have your lecture timetable, tutorials, with the tutorials, practicals, and us running the SI and hot seats. We are going to come up with a timetable in line with your timetable. So you fit the SI timetable into your timetable. We will make sure that our timetable, the SI timetable, doesn't clash with your main timetable. And after all the activities of the university, that is the lectures, tutorials, practicals, the SIs, the hot seats, and so on, you add the self-study. You allocate the remaining hours to say, oh, during this time, this is what I'll be doing. During this time, this is what I'll be doing. That is, you have to work with all the 24 hours, including sleeping time. We know everyone wants to sleep. We know everyone wants to go on social media. Include that on your working timetable and manage that effectively. You can have a working timetable for at least 2 weeks, then you review that timetable, right? First year, large classes. This is going to be a common feature, and we are going to work with the tutors and so on. And tutorials, as I've been mentioning, the tutorial periods, these are not the time for you to do the tutorial questions. This is the time for you to revise the tutorial questions with the tutor. Therefore, you have to do the tutorial questions before the tutorial session. Right. And there are a lot of temptations. As we are here in Durban, some are here in Durban for the first time, and everyone is here within the university for the first time. There are a lot of temptations. You know yourself, where you are coming from, and what you are here for. Set your goals, and please work in such a way that you don't put yourself under peer pressure. That is very important. Don't put yourself under peer pressure, and so on. Your goals, write them down and always review them, monitor them. Am I still in the right direction to achieve my goals that I've set up? I'm here to study electrical engineering. What I'm doing, is this going to make me achieve my goal at the end of 4 years? Or I'm losing direction, I'm losing track. Whenever you realize, oh, you are losing track and so on, we are here for you. Don't suffer alone. The Student Support Services is here for you. Don't suffer alone. Whatever problem you face within this university, there is a department that can assist you in finding a solution to that problem. So don't put yourself under pressure, or don't suffer from peer pressure. And there are great opportunities for widening horizons. Everyone has something to do besides studying your degree, which is mechanical engineering, chemical, land surveying, or whatsoever. You can venture into other areas as you learn from other people, as you interact with different people from different backgrounds. And we have sports, we have clubs and societies like the Electors, we have the Golden Key. These are societies which one can actually join as well, and lifelong friendship. For the clubs and societies, you can go to SU. Those who are in Howard, you can go to SU. That's where you find the SRC offices, and you can inquire about the different societies within the university. And lifelong friendship, this is part of your life. You are going to meet a lot of different people, learn from different people, and so on. I was in university almost 30 years ago, but right now I still interact with a lot of people that I studied with. We are still friends. We are still sharing ideas. We are still communicating and so on. That is very, very important. Okay. Right. Then we have a complaint flow chart. The Prof has spoken a bit about this complaint flow chart, where you as a student, you are in the first column, right? Right here as a student. There are two categories of problems. We have class problems and individual problems. So whenever you have a problem, you should assess, is it an individual problem? Is it a class problem? When you talk of individual problems, I can cite, for example, change of mark, or where you feel, no, your paper was not marked properly, right? Or some questions were not marked, and so on. That is an individual problem. You take that problem directly to the module lecturer, to the course lecturer, for it to be resolved. If an individual problem is not resolved, you take it to the module coordinator from the module coordinator, you go to the program coordinator before you go anywhere else. And if you are using an email, I suggest, or I always recommend that you do an email thread. Don't create a new email. You continue from the previous email and make sure that you copy the people that you communicated with. If you communicated with the module lecturer and you are taking the case forward, copy the module lecturer so that the lecturer will know, oh, now this issue has been escalated to a higher level and so on. That is very important. From the program coordinator, it goes to the cluster leader before it goes to the academic leader of teaching and learning. We don't expect anyone to send any problem to the dean, can be dean and head of the school, or dean teaching and learning, to the DVC or to the VC. Most of the problems, they are resolved by the time they get to the dean teaching, to the academic leader teaching and learning. If the academic leader teaching and learning still feel he cannot resolve the problem, you take it forward to the dean and to the DVC and so on, right? Then if it is a class problem, that's when you report it to the class rep, and the class rep should regularly have meetings with the class, and the problem is taken to the course lecturer, then it follows the same path. And there are cases whereby a student feel, oh, I have a problem and I cannot go to the module lecturer and so on. You can go to the student. If it is a psychosocial issue, you go to student support services, that is to the student council department. And I noticed during the past few days, a number of you emailed me with requests on modules, like some of you registered the critical justice module, and some were already requesting that, can that module be deregistered and so on. I'll communicate that with the college office. In fact, we have already communicated that, and most of the module will be taken out and so on. So at times, it's important to communicate with the ADO whenever you have problems or issues with the academic issues and so on, right? This is our complaints flowchart, and this is what I have for you. I wish you the best during your studies. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Dr. Murumure. As you have heard, the university tries to have as many support structures in place as possible to help you to navigate this year. Next, we're going to hear from Zinhle Mkhize, who is a student support service from Student Support Services, and she is one of the student counselors in the college. Over to you, Zinhle.
Vice Speaker, thank you so much for this. Can you please start the video on your side?
Sure. Can you see that?
Oh, it still needs your approval. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's sharing, Swasti.
Okay, Sally, I just can't do anything. My screen's just frozen.
It says I cannot share the video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, let me fix it.
Thank you so much. Okay, greetings to everyone. Greetings to my colleagues in the panel list and the students, our beautiful engineering students. Welcome to the university. My name is Monica Mkhize, and I am a student development officer intern based in Howard College, and I'll be representing my team, which is Student Support Services. It gives me a great pleasure to be part of this panel today. And I really hope the students are still taking in the information as much as it may seem as if it's a lot of it, but yeah. So student support services is part of the support services that we have across the campus, and we are focusing on the counseling kind of support for students. Okay, so we are built or made up of the HPCSA registered psychologists, which we refer them to as student counselors, the student development officer, intern, and then also interns. So we are divided amongst the 3 campuses, which is Westville, based in OR Tambo Building, Howard, which is by the Desmond Clearance Building, when you enter by the gate 3, and we are on the 3rd floor. And then PMB, we are based on the Frank Bush Annex Building. So these are the services that we offer to students, such as individual counseling and psychotherapy, academic risk assessment, psychological assessment, crisis management. As students, there's so many things that you're going to encounter, or any crisis that you're going to encounter, and you definitely need some sort of support, someone who can listen to you and understand what is going on, especially if it has to be hindering your studies. Okay, and then we also have learner's checklist, which is LCR normally done at the end of the semester. And then we have, sorry, my screen just moved fast. Can I just go back a bit? Thank you. And then we have life skill workshops, which normally focus on the access engineering students, but also we do have ad hoc workshops that run across the students and within the engineering or the varsity at large. And then we have in learning enhancement checklist, which is LCR, the one that I talked about. And then it's the group work or therapy or support groups for those students who need support and also seem to have like common issues that they're dealing with. So we do have support groups to actually support each of us and actually try to share strategies that may be working for all of us as students. Okay, so this is just a pie chart as a division of who we are and where we're based. So on the left side, we have the team from PMB. So we have Mr. Mzamo, and then Ms. Bulelwa Kanyile and Nati Mazangolo. And then on the right side, the blue side, we have Shelly Bansley, who's our manager, Brunel Msomi, Konsinati Mwango, Sanele Zuma. And then right at the bottom, which is the team from Howard, which is Prashna Sain, our psychologist. Sorry, can I go back? And then we have me as Zitam Kize, and then we have our career development officer, who is Bongiwe Buteles. So this is the team from Howard, who is going to be more interacting more with the students from engineering at large. So that's Prashna Sai. She's our student counselor. And then that's me, intern development officer. And that's Mrs. Bongiwe Butelezi, who is our career development officer. And we are all based in Desmond Clearance 3rd floor building. Okay, then from the Westville side, that is Ronelle, who is our counseling psychologist, Miss Shelly Bansley, who's our manager and a counseling psychologist. And then Mr. Sanele Zuma, student development officer, and Mr. Ngosi Mwango, intern counseling psychologist. From the PMB campus team, we have Ms. Bulelwa Kanyile, our educational psychologist, Mr. Mzamo Mzondi, who is our student development officer, and then Anati Mazangolo, intern educational psychologist. And then we have our AES Student Support Services Administrator, Nontobego Masigane from PMB campus. And then we have Nosi Pongema from the Westville campus. Okay, so the pop-up question is, why am I here and what services, as I've mentioned, the services that we offer. The question is, why should you come to us for counseling? So student support services is there to actually support you and be committed to your well-being. So as a student, as you are coming into the university, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening. Your personality might be changing. You're going to be meeting new people, maybe even the lifestyle. But you also need some sort of a guide and people who are going to put you in place, just in case things don't really go well or kind of affect you. So with us, no problem is too small or too big or too strange. So anything that you might feel like it's happening to you and might end up affecting your performance within the university, that is where we come in to actually assist you and help you out with whatever that you're going through. We support your studies and we advocate for you. But with this one, I need to add that in order for us to actually advocate for you, you need to do bookings with us. We need to have some sort of a record with you that you've been coming to see us and we know exactly what has been going on with you. Okay, the service is highly confidential, professional, and it's free of charge. And we all know how much psychologists charge per hour out there. So Racha, you do all this highly confidential with so much professionalism, but also free of charge. You can see us for personal. It could be family issues, it can be friendships, it can be relationship, anything that may end up affecting your studies. And then career-wise, maybe you're having some sort of confusion with your career. Maybe you don't even know the potentials out there or what jobs are there within that specific career that you've chosen. So we do have our career academic development officer who's going to assist you with that. And then we also do academic counseling that I think you need to refer to the ADO. Your mental health is critical to your academic success. Let me just shift this a bit. Sorry. So whatever that actually happens to you that may actually get you worried, it's may end up affecting your cognitive behavior. So it is important to actually try to deal with that because you might end up getting stressed, may end up getting depressed or even anxiety. So you need someone who's going to be in there to support you and tell you that it's okay. All right, the service is highly rated by our clients. That means we've been doing the job quite well. So we highly recommend that you also come and see us. All right, let me just take you through the steps of how to make the bookings with us. Okay, so to make appointments to see the counselor, all the appointments are done online. So you go to the CAES UKZN bookham.com link, and then you get a once-off registration. You make a booking from anywhere, and you can actually cancel anytime. You choose between whether you want it to be face-to-face or online. It's up to you. And then students will receive a confirmation of their booking once it has been approved. And then note, you need to return the consent form before your appointment is approved. You will then receive a reminder of your appointment via student email. To make an appointment, for first appointment, you need to do, okay, there's gonna be 3 bars, round bars, the FA, the blue one, the green one, and also the purple one. So the blue one is for the first appointment, which is gonna be online. You choose this if it's the first time seeing a counselor. And then for standard appointment, it's when you've come to see us, maybe it's not your first time or second time. And then for the first appointment face-to-face, you choose this one if you've never seen, but you actually want to come to the offices and see them. So all the meetings are either 30 minutes to an hour. Okay. So alternatively, should you find yourself in a crisis or you just need someone to talk to, or if there's anything that is troubling you or you're not in a right state of mind at that moment, there's a toll-free line that you can call from weekdays between 8 to 4:30, which is 0800 800 017. And also we have our generic email address, which is aessupport.ukzn.ac.za that you can just use to make contact with us. We also have our page, AES Student Support page, which you can actually go and check out the team and the student support services that we offer, all the career development services, the booking, all the information is there, and also the resources that we have for you students, and also all the contact information there. So it's you can just make use of that too. And also we do have a CAES Student Support Services Facebook page. This is where we actually share all the information from our college as student support services. It could be the events that we've done, events that we are about to do, advertisement of, since we have the career development officer who's going to also be assisting you with CV writings, interviews, preparing you for your careers out there. So all the information, as she's going to be trying to find part-time job for students, they're going to be posted on that the Facebook page, on our Facebook page. So please try by all means and follow us so that you find all this information that we post there. My screen is running fast, I don't know why. And then also we do have the Instagram page. Can I just go back there? The Instagram page also with us, ask you to please follow us there. Let me just speak this screen. Okay, so the Facebook page, it is UKZN AES CAES Student Support Services. So like I'm saying, all the upcoming events, all the job opportunities that we be finding out for students, all the information about student support, all the workshops also we try to advertise there, even though also the workshops are going to be advertised via the school notice system under the noted announcements for all the workshops that we'll be running. Okay, and that's the CAES Student Support Services Instagram page, where we'll also be trying to connect with you students and share all the pictures and just nice information with you. Okay, so we also have golden rules for discipline purposes, that it is very important. To be a good manager of yourself and your time, you need to make use of the support that is available for you. So you do not have to suffer in silence while we're here. You need to engage with us by all means possible, and you have to drag yourself to be in class, consult, and get involved and take initiative. Resist instant gravitation, and also never doubt your potential. Believe in yourself. So you've made it till here from high school, and it was quite a journey, matric stress and all that. But right now we're here. So we need to be celebrating that and also be happy to be part of this team. So any support that you might be in need of, anything as a student that you may be going through, we are there to actually assist you with everything that you might need. We are okay, so as the SSS team, we are there. So I really wish you all the best throughout the journey and the university, and I really wish you make it count and actually take studies very seriously. And always know that support services is there to assist you. Should you have anything that actually hinders you from getting your best grade or performing well in your academics, always come up to our offices. Our doors are open for you. So thank you so much and have a lovely evening. Thank you, Swastika.
Thank you so much for that, Monica. Students, we have just checked your timetable, and we see that all engineering students have lectures from 7:45 on Monday. Chemical engineering students, your lecture is at the Unite building, and I would suggest entering through gate 8, alternatively through gate 3. That's going to be the easiest access to the Unite building. Everybody else, your lecture at 7:45 on Monday morning is either in S8 or S9, which is in the Shepston building. And you can get to that building either through gate 3 or gate 1. Please, just a reminder, we will have mentors available to assist you in the morning from 7:30 onwards outside the library, and they will be able to get you to your lecture venues just to make it easier for you. They will be available all week from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. But on Monday morning, there'll be quite a few of them wearing university t-shirts that will be able to assist you. Moving on, we are going to have a presentation by Ashika Premlal, who is the librarian at Howard College. And during your first year, you always need assistance with the library. She's going to help you navigate that structure. Ashika?
Thank you, Swastika, and a warm welcome to everyone. And a special welcome to our first year engineers. We hope that you're going to enjoy your stay with us at UKZN. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the library today and some of the services and facilities that we're going to be offering you throughout your years of study. So my name is Ashika Premlal, and I am a subject librarian based at the Westville Campus Main Library. But since you are studying engineering, my colleagues at the Howard College Library are going to be assisting you, and this is where you're going to spend most of your time. Now, you'll find that we have libraries on all 5 campus sites. Now, the main libraries for our CAES students are the E.G. Malherbe Library, which is at Howard College, the Cecil Renaud Library in Pietermaritzburg, and the Westville Library in Westville. We also have a branch library, which is the Life Sciences Library in Pietermaritzburg. And the most important thing that you're going to need as a student is your student card, because your student card is like your ID document, because it allows you access to all libraries, and it also serves as your library card. So for all of the library facilities, because we have access control, you're going to need your student card. The good news is that UKZN libraries are open 24/7. At present, we are open from 8 to 4:30, but when term starts on Monday, we will be open 24 hours. Now, isn't that wonderful news? You can visit the library anytime that you want. Some of the facilities and services that are available in the library, we have print books, e-books, we have master's and PhD dissertations and theses, we have databases for subjects, which are online collections of journals, journal articles, books, theses, and a lot more. We have a specialized section called Academic Reserve in each library, where we keep our prescribed books for students. We have study areas with plug points for laptops and cell phones. We have photocopy machines, and we have free Wi-Fi 24/7. Now, the library website, when you look at it, this is a brief screenshot of the library website. It's library.ukzn.ac.za, and it's the starting point for your research or assignment. You can search our catalog for print books, e-books, journal articles, and we even have Google Scholar. Now, the library also has something called LibGuides. Now, these are guides that we have created. That means the librarians have created it for different subject areas. So it's basically a website that will help you to deal with any queries that you may have, for example, for engineering. And you'll find that if you go by subject and you look under engineering, you will have a LibGuide for engineering. Now, this is an example of what a subject LibGuide look like. For example, you'll see this is agricultural engineering. And there are various points here where you can look up information for books, research support, my library account. And you also find what is important is it gives you information about your librarian should you need any help. where your librarian can be found, on which campus site, as well as the telephone number and email address of your librarian. Now, you'll find that the people who are going to help you on a daily basis are your subject librarians. We offer a specialized service for all of our students, and we're hoping you're going to come and see us. So if you are studying, for example, geography in Pietermaritzburg, then you will have a subject librarian at the various libraries. Now, what can your subject librarian do for you? They can help you to look up relevant books you may need for your assignments, look at prescribed books, ebooks or journal articles that you may require, reports, as well as seminars. So we would like to invite you to get to know your subject librarian, because they work with your lecturers and it will make your life much, much easier. Now, we have subject librarians on every campus site. For example, I'm Ashika Premlal, I'm at the Westville campus, and those are my contact details. Then my colleague Koitsima is at the Pietermaritzburg campus, and those are her contact details. Jillian, who is at the Pietermaritzburg campus, Minenhle, who is at the Howard College campus, Shoba, who is at the Life Sciences Library in Pietermaritzburg, Simon, who is at the Life Sciences Library in Pietermaritzburg, Sanjeev, who is at the Westville Library, and Dominic Nari, who is at the Westville Library. But your librarian based at Howard College is Minenhle, so we're hoping that you're going to go over and visit her, and she can help you with any help that you may require in terms of your library resources. Now, the library would like to invite you all to join us for a specialized online training program that's going to take place from the 3rd of March to the 14th of March, 2025. And to find out more about these library sessions, you're going to visit the library webpage, go to your UKZN notices, student email, as well as your UKZN social media. And some of the trainings that will be taking place during the course of those dates is something which is called the iCatalog, which will be in English. Then we're going to have the iCatalog in isiZulu. Then your My Library account, we're going to teach you how to create a My Library account in English as well as in isiZulu. We're going to tell you all about referencing and the different referencing styles so that you don't copy and avoid plagiarism. We're going to show you how you can use Google Scholar, databases such as EBSCOhost, and ebooks. Now, on all campus libraries, you're going to find we have a section called the Circulation or Issue Desk. When you enter our libraries, you're going to come across the Circulation and Issue Desk, and you can go to our staff there for general inquiries. You can also go there when you want to return and borrow your print books. We have the Academic Reserve section there where we keep our prescribed books, and we also have something called intercampus loans. So remember, when you're a student of UKZN, you can use all of our campus libraries. And you don't have to go physically to a campus. We will get the book for you to the campus that you require using intercampus loan. I'd like to thank you all for your attention, and I wish you all the best with your studies. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Ashika. Students, I hope that this afternoon session was informative and helpful. I just have a few quick announcements to make. Just a reminder that the campus tours and the mentors will be available from 7:30 onwards on Monday morning outside the library. We've just put the timetable online. Please note that there is a typo. It says 2024. It will be corrected, but it is the correct one. It's on the engineering homepage. Your timetable is now live. It does say 2024, but it is the correct timetable. I also just want to make a quick announcement about the first year experience program, which will take place on Saturday, the 22nd of February. You will get it. It will be at the Student Union Hall on main campus in Howard College. There will be a program on Westville campus and in Pietermaritzburg, but for the engineers, it will be in at Howard College. It's from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. You'll get a chance to interact with the different clubs and societies at the university. There will be a few vendors doing giveaways. You'll get a chance to interact with people from each discipline as well. So please do plan on attending that first year experience program Saturday, the 22nd of February, starting at 11 o'clock at the Student Union. And we will be sending these invitations out as well as the program and information about the program via the mentors, and there will be announcements during your lectures in the first week as well. Thank you so much for attending. I hope this was all helpful, and do make use of all of the support structures that we have in place for you. And we will see you next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.